Right, 2 September 2024, and today I'm going to be giving you my evening update. And today's news has been very hectic. We woke up to almost a quiet day, but we ended up with one of the most active days ever. And I want to unpack for you what has happened with the ZEC chairperson, Priscilla Chigumba. She has been involved in an accident, and this has been the trending news for the whole of today. So I want to take you through the accident and what has happened. And I want to start by taking you through the official statement. So the official statement here is from Nick Mangwana, which says yesterday, ZECZIM chairperson Justice Chigumba was involved in an accident on her way from Chinoi when an haulage truck crashed into 3 vehicles, including hers. There was no fatalities from the accident, and Justice Chigumba was not injured. So one thing that you must notice here is that this accident is not simple. This is not a simple accident, and this took a whole day to report. The government and official sources did not report on who had been in this accident for a very long time. So I started seeing this car being posted yesterday morning, and the reason why they were not posting this car is because there's something that they're hiding, and eventually you're going to get what it is. You're going to find out what they're hiding here. They spent a whole day without reporting on who was involved in this accident. And when they did reveal that information, it was after other sources, other military sources, had already issued a statement on who was involved in the accident. And if you look at online, these guys here are the most reliable people when it comes to accidents or something that happens within the military. So you see, this Children of Zimbabwe War Veterans Association, this is a very reliable platform. If you want to find out what is happening within the system, if these guys publish something, normally it comes out to be true. And Ananik, they just come out to confirm, but they never give you the correct information. And the correct information is that there was someone here during this accident who was not supposed to be there. And the report on 3 cars by Nick is not correct. So I want to take you through the actual accident scene. So let's start with car 1. There are 3 cars. So he says there are 3 cars. This is car 1. This car overturned and was on one side of the road. And then I'll take you to what we call car 2. So car 2, this is Chigumba's car. And you see that this car is standing still, is standing upright. And then I'll take you to what we call car 3. So this is car 3 over here. Car 3 is not damaged. There's no damage at all. And in the video, you can see people walking away and past this car. So the actual cars that were involved in the accident is car 1 and car 2. So whoever was in this car, something happened to them, something very serious. And it's possible that these are the people who probably passed away. But you're going to find out more details here. These are 2 cars involved. And there was no 3rd car. Then let's go to the haulage truck. And this is the haulage truck here. You can clearly see that the haulage truck went on the opposite side of the road. So car 1 and car 2 are on the same side of the road, and the haulage truck is on one side of the road. But I want you to pay attention to that group that is standing next to car 2. So that is the group which is traveling with Priscilla Chigumba over there on the right. You can see that in this group, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people in this group. So can you fit 9 people in this Prado? This is a Prado, I think. most unlikely you can't fit those 9 people, which means you probably have 4 people from this car that is overturned here, which is car 1. You probably have 4 people either who came from here, but you can see that there are people standing around this car. That is the family, the woman with the baby, the man, and the other man. So there is another car somewhere. That is the likely explanation. Or this car here, people from this car have gone on to this group here. And according to the people who are talking here, the people who caused this accident is Chigumba's car. So Chigumba's car caused the accident and not the haulage truck. That is why the haulage guy was able to go and park here, because you cannot move a haulage truck. If you hit a haulage truck, you cannot move it. Most likely, you are the one who's going to be moved. And now, looking at the damage on Chigumba's car, you can clearly see that this was a side swipe. A side swipe. And why was he side swiping? He was side swiping because he was avoiding this pothole here on the center. When I'm traveling on this road to Kariba, this is one of the worst roads ever. The road is so bad that there are multiple sections of this road that you cannot travel on properly, especially at night. So my theory on what happened here is that Chigumba's driver, in trying to avoid this pothole, encroached and passed this pothole. And then he got slammed into this truck. Hence, he lost his tire. So if you look at his tire, he lost his tire totally. So Chigumba's tires are gone. So this front tire is gone. Or alternatively, he hit the pothole and lost his tires, resulting in him crashing into the truck. So the cause of this accident on this particular stretch of road, if you have driven on this road, you understand what I'm talking about. When I was driving to Kariba last year, I lost 2 of my tires, same time, because of the nature of this road. So Chigumba is getting a test of the rigging that she's participating in. She's getting a test of the state of the roads across Zimbabwe. The roads in Zimbabwe are so bad. And this is a simple matter. I do not see an assassination here. And I think many people thought that Chigumba was being assassinated. There is no one who wants to assassinate Chigumba, but the roads are going to assassinate a lot of people from ZANU-PF. So, in simple terms, all these cars that were involved in the accident are well accounted for. The one car that is the Chigumba car. Then, obviously, there is the car that overturned here with the family, and the third car, which is standing there, which is almost unharmed. There's nothing that has happened to the car. And I think in Nick's report, Nick Mangwana's report, he just said there are 3 cars, but in my view, there are only 2 cars that were involved in the accident and the truck. And the reason being this big pothole here at the center. This is where the whole accident took place. And the roads in Zimbabwe are a mess. Similar if you drive to Bechnaf Bridge. If you are going to Bechnaf Bridge and you're driving at night, you are going to die. That is a serious problem. If you drive from Bedbridge to Bulawayo and it's after 6 o'clock, you are going to die. Those roads are killers. So the roads in Zimbabwe, they will kill you. The state of disrepair of our roads is so bad. And I'm happy that Chigumba has had a feel, or she has experienced the realities that every single Zimbabwean is experiencing every day in our country as they travel, especially to Zambia. Zambia is one of the worst roads ever, but I don't think there's a road that beats Bedbridge to Bulawayo. That road, there are certain potholes that can go for more than 5 minutes and they're on a pothole. So it's a road, but it's not a road. It cuts your tires and it's dark. So at night, what happens is people are driving all over the place, and 20 people died in December trying to avoid those potholes. So this is a simple pothole issue that has happened here. Priscilla Chigumba, no one wants to kill her. No one wants to assassinate her. But I think right now, as we speak, wherever she is, she's feeling the dangers of what ZANU-PF is doing with all the rigging, the corruption, the disrepair of all our roads. It's a mess what's happening in Zimbabwe. Now, I want to end with something very sad. I want to start with the courts. So I've been informed that Bishop Nyamakanga has been remanded to the 13th of September. So that means Bishop Nyamakanga is going to spend an additional 10 days before he sees a judge. So that is Bishop Nyamakanga. There are still no charges on him. Then when it comes to Namatai Kwekwedza, I'm not sure what has happened. I've asked the lawyers to give me an update. I'm yet to receive that update. If I receive it, I'll let you know by the morning. And you know that Bishop Nyamakanga and Jacob Ngarumovume are on the same charge sheet. So they are likely going to be back in court on the 13th, although there is no particular charge that has been preferred against them. The only charge is that they were at the House of Timber, but it's clear that they were not at that house. So I don't know what is happening. And I don't know why Mnangagwa is continuing to hold these people in jail. I don't know whether there's a game plan or it is just a matter of being evil by Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa is a very erratic person. I don't understand what he's doing. Then I've been looking at all the other presidents that arrived today in China. Over 50 presidents of African countries are going to arrive in China today. Or in fact, today and tomorrow, there will be 50 presidents from Africa. And only President Hakainde Hichilema has received the welcome that I talked about in the morning. All the other presidents are just arriving. They're getting a greeting here and there. President Hakainde Hichilema was received with a full guard of honor. He got a gun salute and got a national anthem. I cannot believe what happened. And the president of China came out to meet him. So President Hakainde Hichilema, the most respected president ever in all countries, because of the way that he's managing his country. And then obviously, the strange thing that is happening is that the Mozambican ruling party is currently campaigning in Zimbabwe, and they are looking for 33,000 votes from Zimbabwe. They say they've got 33,000 members in Zimbabwe, and this needs to be watched. If I was the opposition parties in Mozambique, I'll come down here. There is a disaster that is just about to happen. 33,000 votes is a massive number. And this woman has said here that they're going to go all over Zimbabwe looking for votes. So I hope that the guys in Mozambique are watching this situation because they could easily get rigged by Frelimo. Frelimo is like Mozambican ZANU-PF. And those guys, Zubaba Zeku Riga. So I would like to thank you all for watching. I'll be back here in the morning. Just to recap, Priscilla Chigumba had an accident, and it's clear that this accident was caused by a pothole, wrong priorities from Mnangagwa. Chigumba has probably lost a few kgs overnight thinking about what could have happened to her. And this family has lost their car because of the same pothole, while the truck driver here is safe. I'm happy that this situation has made it clear to ZANU-PF what are supposed to be the priorities. Fix the roads, stop rigging, and make sure that the country moves away from this state which we're in. Our country is in a mess. Mnangagwa Arku Nenzara. Mnangagwa is destroying our country. So I'd like to thank all of you for watching. Let's meet here again tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. And I want to look at the comments. Sorry about that. I forgot to look at the comments here. Every leader gets that. What's special about it? Mkoma Joe, only President Hakainde Hichilema received a guard of honor, was met on the lawn by President of China and his wife, and got the national anthem sang for him in front of the lawn. President Hakainde Hichilema is a special president who is loved everywhere he goes. Kana tichitaura in spiritual terms, say he's got the favor of God on him because he does not take nonsense from anyone. Remember what he did in Zimbabwe. He didn't attend that SADC thing that they did last week. It was a mess, that SADC thing. And Mnangagwa is now seeing that it means nothing. That's why you see Kuti, although he's the chairman of SADC, President Hakainde Hichilema got a better reception than him. And then Mkoma Simba, the test of rigging, she had also gone for grocery shopping in Zambia. No, I don't think she had gone for grocery shopping. Look at her car, it's empty. This car has got no grocery, this one. This car has got airbags. Look at the airbags are out here. And look at the guys standing outside here. I showed you the group of Chigumba. They're standing outside here. There's a lot of people in here. These people were not coming from shopping. This car was full of people. They were coming from something else. And that's why I'm saying to you, eventually you're going to see that the reason why there was a delay in announcing this, there was something or someone here who was not supposed to be here. You're going to hear probably Kuti, there was a minister or something of that nature, but there was someone in this group who was not supposed to be there. And then Chacha is saying fixing this strips of road should be one of their prior projects. Yes. Elijah says, I wish if she was dead, evil, sick leader. God is going to do what needs to be done. I told you that within the next 60 days, you're going to see wonders. Something is going to happen. Something very big. And then Mkoma Glory says, the leopard now eating its own litter. Then Chigumba know that what is true for some is also true for her. No, Chigumba is not being attacked by anyone. It's just the bad roads. Chigumba is not a threat to anyone. I can assure you, if Chigumba is there or not, it doesn't matter. Chigumba cannot log on. If you ask her to log into any system at ZEC, she can't log on. She does not have the password. Remember when they took away the Twitter account? She couldn't even tweet good morning on the ZEC platforms. She's not the problem. That 100,000 that she got, that's all. The school fees for a kid, that's all. Chigumba, one people change. Marie, yeah, 75 million. Boss. The guys like Chigumba, all they get is cheap change. And probably that car that she's driving. After the EU has taken away their funding, these guys have got nothing. And then let's go back with this. Was a video earlier in the morning that the truck's still idling is 2 SUV and the big truck. Yes, I showed you, not 2 SUV. It's this overturned car. That's not an SUV. That's one of the Japanese cars. And then there is this car, which is a Nissan Tida or something like that. And then there is this car here. That is what you are looking at. Look at the people who are standing behind this car. The same group is standing. It's just the location of the photo. So it's the same group that is standing next to Chigumba. And you can re-examine the videos. You can also see the people who are walking around. This is not a private place or somewhere sinister. It's an open stretch of road. So I do not expect any big story about assassination. What I expect is, if you look at that group which was moving with Chigumba, there is someone there in that group that was not supposed to be there. And that person is what they were hiding for the past day. So the reason why this accident took so long to report and who was the figures involved is because of a certain person that was traveling there who was not supposed to be there on that group. So that is my theory on why this took so long to happen. And then Mkoma Tafa, Tawona Matongi. Gambakwe Media, what's your sentiments after the response from that guy who regarded you as a tribalist after Machiavellian HIV statistics you aired? Okay, Machiavellian HIV statistics are not given by me. They are given by the Bulawayo City Council clinics. All I do is give you guys the statistics. Put you kind of Bulawayo and you see a girl. What I'm saying is, those statistics are given by Lawa City Council. Kuti, the people who tested for HIV in that month, 90% of those who tested were positive. It's got nothing to do how I feel or what I think. That is what they said. Then they put a report to retract. But then I said to them, give us give us the numbers. They refused. So I've sent people to go and say, okay, now you retracted. Give us the actual numbers of the people tested positive. And they can't give me those numbers. I'm not saying anything which is not on their own report, on their official report. And there's nothing wrong with being HIV positive. It's okay, as long as you understand and accept that you're HIV positive. The problem is people would think if you're HIV positive, people should keep quiet about it. That's stigma. There's nothing wrong with HIV. People are living freely with HIV, especially in countries like South Africa and Botswana. This is a very common disease over here. Right, I think that is it for today. And anyway, Mtokazi, how can Mtokazi talk about things from the bedroom? What kind of Mtokazi is that? Yeah, I don't expect them to be talking about bedroom things, like how many people have HIV. That's not the Mtokazi. A room Mtokazi will talk about important stuff, like development, underdevelopment, resource allocation, devolution. Those are the things I expect from Mtokazi. So if you see that guy, give him a number. He doesn't have to hunt for me at all. Here is my number. Mtokazi, guys, call me on this number and let's chat so that you understand what we are talking about. We're not at all concerned about minor issues. That's why you see, I don't dwell on such issues. Right, I would like to thank all of you for joining here. And let's meet tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. every day. Gambakwe Media is live. I really appreciate all your support and also the support that you've given. The guys I asked you to support. They're getting massive support this week. Thank you very much, everyone.